Hello, my fellow presenters. Okay, so in this video, I want to share with you an experience I had about the time when I spoke up at work on an acting job, and it really reaped benefits. I ended up getting a full paying gig, and it served me so well, and the company was so glad that I did. And it's interesting because this is an industry, particularly when you think about acting, where we often don't want to speak up. We're just sort of told that we have to be grateful to get the job, and it's very easy to be exploited in this profession. And I'm just going to give you an example here of a time that I spoke up and it really benefited me. So I should say as a disclaimer that I'm not going to name the theatre company or anything like that, because it's not about that. I actually had a really good rapport with the theatre and the company there. It was just something that I said that I was really unhappy about, and then once this all kind of came to light, they were like, we're just going to do this. So it just really worked in my favour. So I'm not naming them. If you really did want to know, I suppose you could sort of look through the bits of acting that I have done and then find out what that company was, but rather who the theatre was. I'm personifying the theatre, but there you go. But yeah, so okay, let's get right into it. So I was in a concert play, and it was a great opportunity. It was something where I was involved with the theatre on kind of what I would call their outreach programme. A lot of producing theatres get Arts Council funding, and often a kind of stipulation they have to work with young people or the local community. And I would often get involved with lots of theatres dotted around London, and that would probably be a future video. And because I want to kind of shed light on new pathways and non-traditional pathways to kind of get into acting and the theatre and the arts and film, other industries and so forth, and with what London has to offer. But yes, I was on their list for that, and I would do workshops. I remember with the lovely Jan Sharkey Dodds, she was brilliant, and we would learn about things like facilitation, storytelling, so forth. Anyway, I was on their list to receive the opportunity to audition for this play, and it was something that was going to be in the main house. It was going to be on their main programme, because often when I was doing plays, they would often be on their kind of in a different space. They wouldn't be part of their main programme. So this was a huge opportunity to be in the cast, full-blown acting scene. It was only one scene, but it was like a nice meaty scene, lots of nuanced and emotional moments. So it was a great opportunity. We auditioned for it, and I was lucky enough to get it. Now the caveat was we were only going to get expenses, but I was fine with that because I thought I'm going to be in the main house. It's just one scene, and it could be a great stepping stone for somebody that's trying to transition from training into more paid gigs. So I was happy with the opportunity, and also because it was very minimal rehearsal time, because we were only rehearsing that one scene. We did a lot of it on Zoom, and just sort of close in the run up to the show going live, because it was on tour in other venues, and this part is always cast locally. Anyway, I showed up and we were doing dress and tech, and I was told that I was going to become like another character, but basically so that I could be what's called an ASM, an assistant stage manager. So I was going to go on stage, help them move things around, because there was nobody else that could do it, and nobody else that they had. And I remember when I was told this by the stage manager, I remember thinking, oh damn, this is quite annoying. I don't really want to be doing this. And it's not coming from a point of laziness, it's coming from a point of, I know that I'm going to be working in the day. Often I was working at a school doing cover support, and these were going to be very long days, those days that I was working. So I was just happy to go there in the evening and just do my scene. I didn't want to be committing anymore, because we were going to be doing, a full week of shows as well. And I wasn't on in the first half. Initially, this then would be something I would do in the first half, get changed, wait there for the call time, go on. And I just wanted that first half to zone out. And I showed a reluctance to do this. I said, is there nobody else that can do this? Do I really have to do this? I said it politely, but also somewhat firmly. And she was like, yeah, I'm afraid so. And then what happened was she ended up having a look at my contract, and lovely stage manager, and she was shocked to find that I was only getting expenses. So she liaised with the theatre manager, and I then received an email to say, hi Ken, we've just decided to put you on as on equity contract. So I got the full pay for the few weeks of those for that run. And it's great because it really felt like I had earned a legitimate acting credit. So not only was I in the main house on as part of the cast in the show, because it's a very small cast, because predominantly it's kind of like a concert play, as I say. So it's really often just the lead and her band. So yes, it was great to have that experience, and I could put that credit down to something. I've got a great director as well, who is lovely and has got such a great body of work, and a great assistant director as well. So, and just a lovely company to hang out with and to have that experience with. I was so incredibly grateful, and that was just amazing. So yeah, that's how it benefited me. And I told other company members that that's actually what had happened, and they were like, oh wow, good for you, we're really happy that you've done that, and just really supportive. And obviously I was more than happy to go on as an ASM and do that, so in the first half. So it really worked in my favor. Now look, I realize, and this is something that I should really point out, I absolutely realise that opportunity would not have been open to me had perhaps if it had already been registered as a full-blown equity paid gig. It probably would have gone to people with a certain type of agent, or people what we call the top tier agent, or people that were known professionally amongst the theatre. So it really was a great sort of transition opportunity. I would hope that there would be more opportunities like that to help people transition and to have a career moment. But you know, these that's something that theatres and arts industries need to look or to reflect upon their practices and try and do, because it's a really brutal industry, and it's often one people struggle to stay afloat in and keep up in freelancers of all disciplines. So that's why I really wanted to kind of start this channel and to kind of create a community in that sense. So look, I have that realization, but yeah, that really benefited me. So that's my story there. Do you have any stories of times when you've had to speak up and it's benefited you, or you were nervous to do that? What did you have a good experience? Did it backfire on you? Do let me know. I remember I was on a corporate acting job recently, and a lady told me about a couple of bad experiences that she had, and she just walked away. And sometimes you have to just realize, look, this isn't for me, and you have to think about, what are you getting from this opportunity? I knew that I was going to be, by doing that as initially as expenses only, I'd be getting that credit. I would like to think I wouldn't have done it again for another player. I'd be like, okay, I've done that now, so now's the time to really move on. And I hope that you know that we have this sort of hybrid of opportunities and training, and but that there's not exploitation. So yes, that's my story, and I'll have other stories to share, I'm sure. So thanks for watching. Do please like, subscribe, comment on any of your experiences, and support the channel. There will be some references added below. And thanks very much, and hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.